Welcome to Know Your DNA's podcast, where we journey into the intricate landscape of DNA, health, and the innovations of at-home care. Every episode promises new discoveries, insights, and the science that impacts our daily lives. I'm Alex, and I'm thrilled to guide you through today's exploration. Let's get started. Welcome back to Know Your DNA's podcast, where we dive into the secrets of our genetic code and how it influences our health. Today, we're exploring a topic that's pretty heavy, and I mean that literally. We're talking about heavy metal testing from home. With me is Jordan, an expert in environmental health. Jordan, can you give us a brief intro on why we should be cautious about exposure to heavy metals?
Absolutely, Alex. Thanks for having me. Heavy metals like lead, mercury, and arsenic are natural elements, but in high amounts, they can be toxic. They can wreak havoc on our brains, organs, and general well-being, leading to diseases and long-term health issues. So it's crucial to know if we're exposed and how to deal with it.
Well, it's great to have you with us. Now, Jordan, I've heard that we now have at-home test kits available for heavy metal testing. Can you share more about that?
You heard right, Alex. You can now check for heavy metal exposure from the comfort of your home. There are various kits available that test through blood or hair samples, and they can measure different metals, such as mercury, selenium, and copper. They're quite convenient and really easy to use.
That sounds interesting and pretty useful too. So how do people choose the best at-home heavy metal testing kit?
Choosing the best kit depends on ease of use, clarity of the instructions, accessibility, and what metals you need to test for. It's also important to consider the aftercare, like if the kit offers a medical follow-up or not.
And on that note, could you break down some specific examples of what's recommended out there?
Sure thing. For a comprehensive test, Let's Get Checked is highly rated because it checks for nutrients and 4 heavy metals through a blood sample, and you get quick results. Then there's the 5 strands test that uses hair samples to assess reactivity to heavy metals and minerals, which can hint at potential sensitivities.
Wow, those testing methods are quite diverse. What about other types of tests?
Everlywell provides a urine test that checks some heavy metals and essential minerals, which can be a great indicator of recent exposure. ZRT Laboratory offers a detailed blood test for various metals, and doctors' data will give you an in-depth analysis using your hair.
Fascinating stuff, Jordan. But let's say someone finds out their levels are too high. What should they do?
The right move depends on the metal and exposure level. Sometimes making lifestyle changes, like altering your diet or environment, is enough. In severe cases, medical interventions like chelation therapy might be needed to bind and remove the metals from the body.
And for our listeners at home wondering, how do these at-home tests compare to traditional lab testing?
At-home tests offer convenience and privacy, while lab tests are typically more comprehensive, and the results are analyzed by medical professionals. Each has its pros and cons, so it's about what's suitable for your needs and circumstances.
Well, it seems like these at-home tests are a great starting point for anyone concerned about heavy metal exposure. Jordan, I really appreciate the deep dive into this vital health topic.
My pleasure, Alex. Awareness is the first step to better health, and these tests can provide that. Just remember, if you suspect heavy metal poisoning, consult a healthcare provider for further evaluation and treatment.
Absolutely. That's all for today's episode of Know Your DNA's podcast. Thank you, Jordan, for shedding light on heavy metal testing at home. Stay informed, take control of your health, and we'll see you in the next episode. As we conclude another enlightening episode of Know Your DNA's podcast, I hope you're leaving with a renewed sense of wonder about the world within us. From the strands of our DNA to the choices we make for our health at home, it's all a journey of understanding. I'm Alex, thanking you for being with us today. Stay informed, stay inspired, and we'll connect again soon.